Hello. This meditation, titled Who Would I Be Without My Suffering, can be found on my blog page on my website, loveoutpouring.com. Who would I be without my suffering? Who would I be without my mental tensions, internal restlessness, and the overall sense of lack and discontentment? Who would I be if my beliefs, biases, judgments, and fears, or if my mind that is never satisfied were to all disappear? What would remain if all of these layers of suffering were to vanish? Would there be anything left of me? How would I function? How would I operate? What drive would remain to live? The apparent drive that keeps me getting out of bed each morning. The drive that falsely promises to overcome my suffering. For without my suffering, I may not have a reason to accomplish, acquire, and live. I may not have the internal pressures anymore to overcome and conquer obstacles to survive. Without the desires and urges to constantly be fulfilling expectations, what would I do and who would I be? Every action and activity in life is an attempt to find permanent peace and happiness at the end of all of our efforts and expectations, in which to end our suffering, to end all of the pressure and tensions and irritations and agitations so prevalent in our mind and body. In the very activity of overcoming our suffering, we are seeking peace and happiness. But what we fail to see is that it is in the actual action and activities and efforts themselves to overcome and acquire peace and happiness is where the real problem lies. For how can you find peace in activity and effort? It is illogical. Peace is the absence of all resistance, and therefore it is in the absence of activity and effort is when peace and happiness are realized. When striding and making efforts towards peace, it is as illogical as fighting for peace. What is it within us that believes that we need to fight and move towards and overcome obstacles to experience peace? It is nothing more than our own egoic mind. Your mind, its nature, is agitation, is resistance. Your mind despises peace because peace, when directly experienced, has absolutely no room for your mind. For how can peace and agitation coexist? They cannot. Peace is the absence of agitation and resistance, leaving complete mental silence and physical stillness. For how can such a complex, never at ease egoic mind accomplish such profound simplicity? The way out of your mind is by backtracking how you obtained your mind. It is a form of reverse engineering in which you back down the same apparent path that led you to believe you have a mind. The biggest obstacle to overcome is the false pretense that nothing will remain after your egoic mind is dissolved. For that which remains is the immense peace and the ever-present happiness that you are currently striding so hard to obtain. It is unimaginable that this can be the truth. Yet for some perplexing reason, for which we will never understand completely, this is the truth. That when the egoic mind is disassembled and is fully dissolved, it will reveal that you are no thing, and yet this no thing is everything, somehow. And this no thing, that is somehow everything, is peace, is happiness, is contentment, is satisfaction. And that is all there is peace, is happiness, is contentment, is satisfaction. And this is you. This is yourself. And there is absolutely no effort required for you to know and be yourself. Trust your own message of your own self. Learn how to relax back into your own being via self-inquiry and experience directly these beautiful qualities of yourself. So who would you be without your suffering? Everything you are desiring to be at this moment, everything you are already. You are already everything. And in reality, you are not suffering whatsoever. Your being has no idea what suffering is. It only knows the beautiful qualities of peace, happiness, love, contentment, and satisfaction. Follow the lead of the millennium of sages before you and peer behind the illusion of your mind and experience peace on earth directly as yourself.